go.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, hello, eager listeners, and welcome to another episode on this fine day of the SAF Podcast. It is I, one of your recurring hosts, Josiah Biggs, today here live in studio with our other co-host, Sterling Silver.
Hello, people. How are you? Oh, jeez. I'm back from
The past.
the past.
Play shitty games this again.
Yes. A lot of them.
And also with us today, we have two guests. And who are those guests, Sterling?
We have Matthew. Say hello, little Matthew.
Oh golly, man, it's good. Oh man, it's great to be here on the SAF Podcast.
And we got Jonna, boy. Jonna,
Hello.
how are you?
On today's campaign, you'll be joining us into a prison
Ooh.
where you, the master of the Hotoko no Ken, will adventure forth and use many nature and survival checks. Are you ready? Roll for initiative to see who will talk first.
I forgot my D20s. Also, I made that joke last podcast.
Yes, you did.
Fuck. Okay, never mind.
I heard.
I thought might as well just run with the gimmick of me being the dungeon master for all the
it's-
recordings.
It's a good one. It's right up there with you being Dan Green.
Isn't there a movie called Dungeon Master?
I believe so.
Oh, most likely.
I think it's, whatchamacallit, an after-school special type of thing.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Matthew, roll
Yes.
deception to see if I believe your joke.
To see if this was my first time making that joke or what. Which joke are you talking about? Which one of my terrible
Your
jokes?
Dan
do you mean?
Green, your Dan Green joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I roll a natural 1.
what if Fat Albert and the gang played Dungeons and Dragons? How funny would that be?
Well, I'm already gonna bring my
Why
Skeletor
don't we
voice
just-
into my campaign.
Why don't we just play D&D on one of these podcasts? Just cut out the middleman. No need to reference D20s.
Who's gonna DM
such
this
nonsense and
podcast?
just go right to the heart of the matter.
It's kind of hard to check rolls and such without being in the same location.
Mhm.
Maybe one day.
You mean I can't trust the honor system?
You mean I can't get 20 out of 20 the last 5 rolls?
Isn't there a website for that?
Isn't there
Oh,
an
there's
app
got-
for that?
There's an app for
You
everything.
mean you can't be
Isn't there a
Josuke and
real life
bullshit your
thing for
rolls?
You mean I don't have a stand that will cheat for me? Oh, have you guys seen that? What was it, the fan art that came out a couple days ago, where it's like, it's Josuke and Jolene, and Josuke's like doing push-ups, and then Jolene like comes in, and then like Josuke does it with one hand. She tries to do it with one hand, and then he just summons Star Platinum, and he does it with no hands. And Star Platinum's pushing him up and down, and like Jolene just has a sweat mark and has one of those faces, like what? And Josuke's just looking like a freaking, or Jotaro's looking like a freaking smug bastard, like he is.
Yeah.
I saw one that was pretty similar to that by the sounds of it, where Jolene dresses up like a superhero and she's all like, "Oh man, look at me, I'm really cool." Then she goes around like punching things in the house because she wants to have super strength. Then she walks up to, I think, like a cushion on the couch, and then she punches it, and then nothing happens, and she looks really depressed. Then Jotaro's just like staring at her, and then he gets Star Platinum to like punch it for her, and then she's like all excited, and he's like, "Oh look, I'm a good dad for once."
Yeah, exactly. At the end of Eyes Over Heaven, he became a good dad.
It's like all those ones where what was it? Where he's singing, where she's like, sing the song, and Joe's like, okay, and then he sings the Little Mermaid theme, and then his wife comes in, and he's like, oh, Jotaro, I didn't know that you, and he's like, I want a divorce.
Yeah.
Immediately. Oh, that's the best one. That's the best JoJo fan art ever. Besides that, the new someone's been doing it. A big series that I've been seeing. I think it's on DeviantArt or maybe Instagram, and of the JoJos in the Haikyuu uniforms facing off against the JoJo secondary characters in volleyball.
I think I saw one similar to that today. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them that's been coming out recently. I'm like, who is doing all of this? Besides getting a lot of the proportions wrong. But
animation.
For some reason, Jonathan is the same size as freaking Giorno. And I'm like, what?
That is the exact opposite of how it should be.
Hey, that's how Araki would be drawing it nowadays.
He's probably right.
Nah. Oh, that'd be great if we could just spam Araki with like fan submissions saying, "Hey, draw Jonathan like you would now."
No, he's done that.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, Sorry.
You done, boy?
Sorry.
He knows too much. It's a work of an enemy state.
I don't know where to find the image, but I'll see if I can rustle it up real quick.
Okay.
Now, that might have just been fan art of Kenshiro in his modern art style that he's drawn. It might have
It's
just
basically
been,
the same thing.
yeah,
I mean,
pretty much. I'll see if I can rustle it up. 1 sec.
Also, I saw the JoJo's All as Eva pilots, and it was done by the same artist as the Haikyuu stuff. It was. Some was alright. For some reason, like, Jonathan had like these accessories on his arms. I don't know if they were like what I guess you call a spike cannon, or the piercing gauntlet. It has a stake on it, a round stake, and it hammers it out. I can't remember what it's called, but there's one in Bloodborne.
A pile driver?
There's a term for it too, and I can't think of it. And I remember Pat and Wooly were arguing about it forever in that playthrough.
A pile driver?
Bloodborne, don't they just call it like the bunker or something like that?
Yeah, it's a pile driver. I guess you can call it a pile driver, but that's a wrestling move. But yeah.
That's what
you know what I mean, though.
I thought they just called it the bunker or something like that.
Bunker Buster?
Mega Buster?
Omega Drive?
Yeah. There we go.
Shin Omega Drive. But yeah, I don't know, that artist is starting to get around, let me tell you.
Dear Araki-san, please animate Opart Hunter because no one else will.
Well, now that his brother's not doing Naruto anymore, he can do it. Because the guy who's writing Boruto isn't even the same, Kimishimoto anymore. It's some new guy.
Yeah. They must have such brotherly love.
There you go.
That still works.
That's Kenshiro. As you know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his famous pink belt that's unbuckled.
His
two whatever chains to what I assume were two biker wallets in the back of his pocket.
Yeah, whatever, man. Still draws a hell of a lot better than I ever could.
Well, that, and of course, he used to have that collar full of peacock feathers. That was also one of his signature, or flamingo feathers.
Yes. Maybe
very
one
famous, and also what appears to be a naval tattoo.
Maybe one day Kenshiro will try out something cooler, like big shoulder pads or something like that, or like a biker jacket, something cool for once. I'd like to see him dressed in that. I don't know about you guys.
I don't know. I don't think he even needs to wear a shirt. I feel like it would just create problems like, hey, you ripped your shirt off in the last episode. How did you get the exact same one in a desolate wasteland every single time you lose or rip your shirt off?
Yep.
I mean, I may just be pulling at straws here, but,
Now, to be fair, would Fist of the North Star be half as cool as it is if it didn't always include a scene of Kenshiro tearing his shirt off? Isn't that like half the show right there?
No. Here's the real question, Matthew. Would Fist of the North Star be the same if Kenshiro didn't go each episode? That's the real kicker. He has this big "Omae wa shinderu," and then he goes into like this falsetto to launch his Chinese magic attacks.
Truly the hit of his time.
Yeah. Or is hit the Kenshiro of our time?
Isn't he
Here's a
part deal
question.
though?
Would it ruin Fist of the North Star if he was on J-Star Victory? Oh, wait. That already happened.
I've never played that game, and I don't think that I ever will.
Is it embarrassing when I beat Kenshiro as Luffy from One Piece?
I don't
No.
know, like Gear 4th Luffy. Actually, no, fuck it. We can't get into this conversation. This is just gonna turn into like death battle, like a fucking death battle cast. That's not what we're here for.
Well, I
Speaking
don't
about
know.
discrepancies between anime series, I've been watching Shippuden a whole bunch because now that it's done, I want to go back and watch it all in order and get a good feel for it again. And so far, it's going pretty good. The fillers have been garbage, of course, and I want to shoot myself whenever I'm watching them. The fillers, the actual stuff is usually really good, but it's like everything declines. Like everything, like the conviction of the characters, their motivations, even the art, even just the animation standards, just like it steadily declines when a filler arc starts. And it's really disappointing. But I found out something that I don't know why I didn't realize this before. But yeah, Naruto is like a huge ripoff of Hunter x Hunter.
Gasp.
Like huge. And apparently I'm just stupid because there's like 10 billion forums on this online. On how Naruto just ripped off most of Hunter x Hunter.
That's not surprising.
And that may or may not be why he finished the series so crappily.
Did you know that 666 Satan just ripped off Naruto?
Do you know there's a brothers both with the surname Kimishimoto?
Did you know that Seishi Kishimoto wrote the Superior series out of the two Kishimoto brothers?
Do you know that Parts Hunter will never get an anime?
Did you know that you're correct?
Yes, I did.
Because we know that if
fucking
they
Satan.
do,
Did you know that David's production will start a Fist of the North Star reboot before they start Part 5?
they'll have a Yakuza anime before Part Hunter.
Spoilers for Parts Hunter. Sorry about that. I just got really frustrated. Like,
Well, I mean, think about it, yeah.
No. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, the fact that that's the identity of the main character is. No. Like the fact that that's who the main character is like kind of cool as far as the series itself is concerned. But it's also like a big no overall for like, hey, should we bring Parts Hunter to the West?
Well, let's talk about its Japanese title, 666 Satan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what
Which is a much edgier name. Although, I mean, it makes a lot more sense halfway through, after the time skip when everything is finally explained to you.
Yep.
About like how the world works. and everything like that. Also, it does have a lot of similarities to Naruto, surprisingly, but is much different enough that it doesn't matter. No, yeah, Shippuden. The thing that struck my whole, hey, this is just Hunter x Hunter, but kind of worse, is the way they figure out chakra natures.
Oh, okay.
It's word for word the water
really?
divination test. Yeah, it's like, oh, hey, if you have this, the paper will crumble. Or if you have this, it'll be cut in half. Or if you have this, the paper will turn into water and overflow. So, yeah, I mean, I understand there's so many ways you can do that, but like in like a ninja society, wouldn't you just put like your hand on a scroll and be like water or earth or, you know, like why wouldn't they develop that? Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't make any sense. But yeah, so besides the outrageous fillers, like Naruto Shippuden is actually a pretty solid series so far. I'm about a third way through it. There's actually 500 episodes of Shippuden alone, and I'm trying to amass a filler-free edition, which is hard, especially in Shippuden, because sometimes they will stop a filler arc and start the real arc in the same episode.
Yeah.
So that you cannot remove all the filler.
Yeah.
And also, they will do a filler arc and then go back to the real stuff, and then they will lay little hints and little references back to the filler arc that they didn't need to put in the real arc to make it impossible for you to erase it.
You gotta watch the filler. It's
So thank you so much, Studio Perio. You're great. Or Periodot, I forget how you pronounce it. Clown Station.
Clown Station. Clown Network Worldwide.
But at least Naruto's found the One Piece. Luffy has yet to find it.
That's because he's too busy having fun adventures with friends.
Well, you know what they say about the One Piece. It's all about the friends he made along the way. That's the true treasure.
Yep.
Oh man, there's so I followed this fan page for One Piece on Facebook for a while, and they every couple days, like this guy runs a blog as well, and he's like, oh, theory for why Sanji left the Straw Hat crew to go and get married. It's like theories revealed, and I'm like, what? Like, apparently this guy lives in a third world country where they have internet and isn't able to get the newest releases, and so makes up all these fan theories thinking that it hasn't been released yet, that are not even close to true and aren't even, you know, if he could just learn English or another language that's faster translated, you know, he could find out that his theories are either completely right because he probably just read them, or garbage because he's wrong and doesn't understand that the manga's well ahead of the anime. And even then, like, sometimes he'll be like, oh, fan theory, and it's like, this was literally explained 3 weeks ago on the anime. Like, you're not even trying. Like, it's just, and that's all the comments are. It's like, really? It's like why do you even have this blog? Who are you trying to impress? It's all these people questioning this guy's motives for putting out already debunked One Piece stuff.
Man, I should do that for a Kamen Rider build. Just start making theories, and then the Japanese already know this shit because they get it well before we do. They're big, really?
Have you seen the Naruto mode yet? He's got a Naruto mode.
What?
It's great. It turns right into Naruto. This is Databayo de Gozaru.
Speaking of One Piece, I got a bit of a pleasant surprise recently. I'd been talking about One Piece with my older brother for quite a while, because he has like a passing awareness of like what the show is about through me, and that's always been pretty cool to him. But he's never actually sat down to read One Piece. And 2 days ago, my brother Chris calls me and he's like, So I've been reading One Piece, and I've been, oh yeah, cool, awesome. Like thinking he's on like, oh, you know, like the Buggy the Clown fight or something like that.
Oh, he binged it, didn't he? He binged it hard.
He just finished the fight between Zoro and Mr. One in Alabasta. So like, oh, whoa, you went hard on this.
I know that.
So now So now I'm having a bit of a pleasant surprise here, because now I can just like call him up and just like shoot the shit. Like, so what did you think of the fight with Luffy and Arlong? And it's, oh wait, no, hang on, we lost Arlong.
No, don't say it, damn it, Matt.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay, so yeah. So I can just call him up and be like, hey, the fight with Luffy and Arlong, how about that? And he's like, so what's the deal with the room with the maps? And I'm like, are you kidding? That's like the most important room in like all of Nami's life. That's her big defining area. And then now I can like, now I just have someone to like break down One Piece with, and it's a lot of fun. It's really good. It's a good time. Yeah. So that's what happened recently in my life that I enjoyed.
Yeah, I
That's
like
nice.
doing that with the Common Rider. You know, when I get people into it, and I'll show them like Double or something, and they'll be like, "Holy shit! Like, you know, this is so good." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, man! First time that I watched it." Then they'll be like, "Oh man, I really like this character." I'm like, "Huh? I really like this character, huh?"
Time to activate my stand.
Yeah.
I am glad to hear that you enjoy this character. I wonder what's going to happen to him.
It's a good thing you really like this one character.
That's right.
Oh boy. You know who I'm really fond of? This Commoner fellow. So I keep hearing about episode 7. What's all about that, eh?
Yeah.
Well, everyone that I know says Gurren Lagann ends at episode 6. Everything else is fillers, so
Was it 6 or 7 that the big
I don't
thing
remember.
happens? I think
It
it was
doesn't
7.
even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
So you're a big fan of
Thanks
Ace,
for
huh?
disassembling my joke, Matt.
I fucked up.
That was the biggest one, where it was like, so you're a fan of Ace, huh? Well,
Yeah.
and of course that happened.
Well, it's great.
while I was
It's
binge
so
watching.
weird because this character has blonde hair now and wears blue in a top hat.
Jeez. Yeah. And Josiah,
character.
are you sure for Build you didn't, when he, pulled out his little device, you didn't hear Tire Kokan, Shadow
Yeah,
Star?
How many episodes is Shadow Star even used in? Like 3, 4? Like,
Yeah, like that one
He
that
drops
he
that
has
stuff.
it. Then one where he might have used it before technical,
yeah.
and then like the one where he used all his tire abilities. Fuck, there's more episodes that he probably uses formula.
Yeah. Well, yeah, formulas to go to for a long time.
Love it though. Drive is so good.
It was amazing. Good days, good days. Hopefully Build lives up to the hype.
The extent of my exposure to Kamen Rider thus far. This video has been making its rounds on Facebook, so you guys may also know what I'm talking about. I don't recall which Kamen Rider series this is, but the main character fights a bunch of foot soldiers and goes through like 36 transformations in like 2 minutes, like back to back to back to back.
That's not Kamen Rider, my friend.
It's not? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Was he in red?
Yes, he was in red.
Yes, he was in red. Has
it's
to know the
Super Sentai.
Yeah.
he has to know the video that I'm talking about. Yeah.
Gokaiger.
I do not know the differences between Super Sentai and Kamen Rider. Is Kamen Rider a type of Super Sentai?
It
Please.
came out before Super Sentai. It
Gotcha.
came out in 1971. Super Sentai started in 1975.
Gotcha.
The exact same year that Shupider Man started.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
But yeah, you found the Gokaiger video that Wooly was talking about for the longest time and couldn't figure out what the hell the video was.
Oh, okay, alright, gotcha.
Um,
That makes sense.
But the one that I was thinking of before Josiah brought that up was maybe you were going through and seeing like Ghost when he kind of goes through his transformations with his icons.
Oh, with the Infinite,
Yeah,
the Mugen Drive, whatever.
and then all the hoodies come out and attack. Ghost was okay. People bitch about it too much. It was fine.
It was silly, but it was good kind of silly. It wasn't O's good silly, but it was silly and alright.
And it wasn't useless ending Deno bad, so...
Let's just retcon everything in Den. Remember this guy who died 2 minutes ago? Well, we time traveled and it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's right.
But we didn't time travel. Somehow he time traveled, even though he was already dead. Which brings us back to Fist of the North Star.
That's correct. I enjoy that series, even though I have yet to really get into it.
I saw one clip of that series.
There's a lot of punching in it.
Yes, there is.
I am a fan of that.
There's also a lot of mohawks and shoulder pads.
There's a bunch of Mugen fighters from it.
Yeah. There's also a lot of legendary names that suddenly get beaten by one guy in under a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so-and-so from the Mountain Bandit clan, the most terrifying clan in this area. They have over 400,000 men behind them, and no one has ever seen their faces or defeated them. 2 minutes later, wait, Kenshiro does his thing.
What do you have to say for this, Kenshiro? Soka.
The idea of like, hey, I've got 400,000 guys backing me up, and you don't really like bother seeing like almost all of them. Just kind of reminds me of Usopp. Gives me some real Usopp vibes.
But no, I think one of the best parts of Hokuto no Ken is I forget if it was the movie or the series where he has a beard and he's walking through the desert and people are like, oh, what's coming, da, 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 and he's making all this commotion and he just walks through a building like a building's falling and he just walks through it like it's butter.
It's a pretty good scene. I have
really
also seen that, yeah. And and like he starts the scene as like a giant like rubble man, and he's just gradually like losing all the of the debris off him throughout the scene. It's pretty good.
Doesn't like Fairy Tail have a friggin' guy that does shit like that? He
Guild Arts.
Walk through buildings.
Well, they have to. Guild Arts is basically like.
I'm Shank from One Piece.
No, he's like Shanks and Zoro in the same because he can't tell directions, but he's super OP like Shanks, and he has his magic is called disassembly magic, where basically it can just disassemble molecules or just like straight up magical power, and he was also one of the guild masters for a little bit. Also lost his arm and part of his leg to a dragon. He just went off and started fighting. But no, yeah, he's one of the better characters out of Fairy Tail, one of the more consistent characters.
I mean, when you run into a character that's not just boobs, then that's any character development in Fairy Tail.
But I mean, they all have the same body type but different faces. What are you talking about, John? Fairy Tail started out so well. It had a One Piece vibe when it first started. You know, it had similar manga style. And
But, yeah, I mean, fair. I mean, One Piece never ever has the same type of body type and face. Like they never reuse assets.
No, never.
Nah.
No, it just has the same standard. Like it's got a standard like a good foundation for character proportions, but they just seem to keep on growing as the series goes on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Good, strong character designs.
Again, still better than anything I could do, though.
Well, also, I mean, he gets a lot of that from the, from Toriyama, because Toriyama always does the same character models, never reuses assets, especially with faces. I mean, we may put an animal person here or there, but that's just normal. Who doesn't do that? I mean, it's 2017. Get with the times, guys.
Quick, Toriyama, we need a new design for a female android. Okay, I guess I'll just redraw every female I've ever made.
Are you ready for Ginger Waifu 21?
I mean, look at these, standard models in One Piece. I mean, they look like you can see them on the street.
Strong designs.
Very strong lines, strong designs.
Yeah, I know I saw Rayleigh walking down the street the other day.
There is a small sect of the internet that just won't shut up about buff old men. I'm pretty sure there's a Reddit, and it's just weird to see such buff old men who just inject themselves with hormones just so they can keep their buffness.
JoJo's got that down.
Yeah. Well, that's Haman.
Yeah.
It was Haman.
Iroh did it too.
Oh yeah, you guys remember when the Noid was on One Piece?
Oh yes, right. I forgot.
Yeah, he's always stealing people's pizza in One Piece.
Yeah.
That's right. He had to do that in order to get the money to make that game that he has where he dabs, and that's the main part of the game.
Oh my gosh!
Platforming and dabbing.
The Noid pizza game is actually like a long game, and legitimately takes it's a better 3D platformer than Bubsy.
Yeah, that's right.
And had the same budget basically. It's ridiculous how good that Noid game is for being a commercial.
The Noid was doing
Josiah,
dabbing in video games long before Luigi.
Also, have you guys heard the sound it makes when you die on the Noid video game?
I have not.
Oh, let me give that to you.
I watched Vinny play it, so I probably heard it, but don't remember it.
I don't think anybody just has a scream. It's this blood curdling scream. It's like you're killing a rabbit, basically. It's high pitched squeal. I can't even replicate it with my own voice. Like it's so bad, and it just comes out of nowhere because you just fall off a platform and it's just like it screams, it just screams bloody murder.
I think the one that I was watching was actually the Noid 2 or something, because the end boss was, spoilers, the father of Hatsune Miku.
Mario?
That was just literally some doctor dude. He's like, I'm the father of Hatsune Miku. Because we all know Japan wanted Hatsune Miku to deliver a concert right to your door.
Man, I'm holding out for those 3D waifus, man. Those hologram waifus.
Yeah. Or something else.
Yeah,
It's gonna be great.
They welcome you home. Shut the lights off for you.
And just I unlock the door and you hear welcome home, Bananarama-sama.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
No, there's a different word for when people come home. What is it?
Oh no.
Tadaima is I'm home, ain't it?
I've been exposed as a very bad weeb.
Yeah.
John, you should know. You lived in Nihon.
Yeah. I have not lived there, unfortunately. So, need to brush up a little, I suppose.
Brush up on your high school introductory course.
That's correct.
I know there's a lot. I know Tim was saying that he thought good old
Okaire.
Kaido was Okari. That's right. Okari.
Okari na sai go shuje na sama.
Okai ni sai gochishi sama. But no, I know Tim was talking about Kaido and how he thought that his fruit was gonna be Nue,
Yeah.
the lion, snake, blah blah. I don't think he's gonna be Nue though. I think that's gonna be I think there is gonna be somebody with Nue, but I think Kaido's gonna be like just straight up a dragon. Cause I mean, how can you have a Fu Manchu like that and not be a dragon?
What
I mean. Boy's mustache goes down to his navel. He's got a dragon tattoo. He's got horns like a dragon.
What if he's actually Momo's dad?
It's not Momo's dad.
Sick theories, bro.
That doesn't even make any sense. Momo ate the artificial fruit to turn him into a dragon eel thing. Chinese dragon.
Oh man.
We already know that Kaido killed Momo's father.
That would be the perfect cover-up for Oh no, wait, no, hang on. My jokes and theories are getting worse.
Kaido's at least two stories higher than.
The longer that I'm lying here for, the worse that my jokes are getting.
And you gotta understand, unlike other anime, things actually make sense in One Piece.
Things make sense in One Piece. You see those lovely ladies with those wonderful proportions that you posted earlier? That makes sense. Everything on One Piece makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
There you go, buddy.
Those proportions.
Who would the waifu be to welcome you home?
Or these proportions.
Fuck.
You get to yeah, there you go.
That's a human, yep.
So
oh,
many
here we go.
forgotten-
This is great right here. This just sums up all the proportions on One Piece. I mean, if you were gonna just do a palette.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So many forgotten characters that I'm just immediately aggressively being reminded of.
I don't understand why all the Amazonian women were so tall.
They were pretty big. I don't know.
Yeah, no, they're not giants.
They're probably not.
No.
No men allowed, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I still went off the breed.
If you got a penis, you ain't allowed in here. You know the rules.
That's right.
No penis between us. Oh yes, and who could forget these proportions? This is gonna sound great on the audio only podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, I forget her. Yeah. Oh no! Wait. Hang on. Never mind.
Shirahoshi?
Yes. No. Hoshi's mother. What's her name again?
You just call her the queen?
Yeah, the queen. No. Wait. Queen Otohime.
Oh yeah, that's right, Otohime, yeah.
Yes.
Fish Jesus.
Fish. Basically, fish Jesus.
No, it's Fish. No, it's Fish Martin Luther King Jr. Duh.
No.
Fish Jesus cross.
The whole
fish
Fishman
mother-
Fishman Island arc is just about racism.
Yes, it is.
Oh yes.
I can't recall when someone pointed this out or like if I came to the conclusion myself, but like one day it was just like reread Fishman Island or rewatch Fishman Island, and with every utterance of Fishman replace it with black people, and then it takes the whole thing into a very different light. It's quite something, let me tell you.
Well, I mean, you know, fishermen were persecuted and enslaved in the past, and
Yep.
And you know, and now they have rights and have their own living and are starting to prosper. But now there's this new generation of fishermen that think that they need to be, they need to be paid off for certain reasons because their ancestors were terribly mistreated, and you know that's not okay. Okay.
Fish Malcolm X didn't have to struggle so severely for his future generations to reap no rewards for his work. Let's be completely fair here.
Oh man, what's that? There's a new movie coming out, and it's really stupid looking, and it's like before Malcolm X and before Martin Luther King Jr. There's blood at
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like really.
Michael Jackson.
That's actually a joke I always made when I saw it on YouTube. I'm watching some of people. I'm like, before Martin Luther King, before Malcolm X. I'm like, Michael Jackson. He was the Prince of Pop.
He was.
And then he almost died in that Pepsi commercial. Can we talk about that?
Is it too soon?
Well, okay, so this is it's getting late in the 80s, and so Michael Jackson does a Pepsi commercial, somehow lights his hair on fire, his face gets lit on fire, he's in the hospital for a couple weeks, has to have some skin grafts, goes from fun, everybody loves him, Michael Jackson, and then suddenly turns leaf and becomes creepy, maybe child rapist Michael Jackson because of that Pepsi commercial. That is literally the turning point.
Yeah, that was the moment that Orochimaru fully consumed his body.
Pepsi saw him as the threat and had to take him out.
In the Great Ninja War, Pepsi helped Orochimaru to finally
in the
consume.
Great Fast Food War.
Yeah.
You see, we've got the curse mark of Earth and we've got the curse mark of Heaven. You will be the first to be branded with the curse mark of Pepsi. And this will alter your destiny forever.
You must take down the King of Pop.
That's correct.
Now that we're talking about Naruto again, another thing that totally retconned all of Naruto in Shippuden was Jugo, the guy with the original curse mark.
Yep.
That isn't found until after the Chunin exams when Sasuke gets his curse mark, and then suddenly Orochimaru finds the guy with the first curse mark. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. No. Sasuke gets the curse mark in order. Yes. That's right. But it was Anko, the snake girl, who was Orochimaru's first pupil. She gets the curse mark from Orochimaru when she was Sasuke's age before he finds the original curse mark bearer Jugo.
Hard retcons. So when you get down to it, when you take a look at a character that became increasingly irrelevant as the series went on, the only claim to relevance that Anko had whatsoever in being the original bearer of the curse mark was retconned in and of itself, therefore making Anko's character 100% irrelevant. That's a bit of a shame, because
but now she's fat, and now nobody really cares.
Now she's fat, and now no one really cares. That's true.
It's really bad too. Let me get you a picture here.
Couldn't have put it better myself. It's really all she's about now.
Because I didn't watch it yet, and I don't really have too much motivation to watch it at the moment, here's a question about Decade, because I know you love to get questions about Decade.
Yes.
So, you know how
Yes.
Kiva's a kid in that one.
Yes, he's a little boy.
So,
Little
explain
shonen. What? I'm sorry?
explain how he got the powers of Kiva exactly at such a young age.
Because Keybat, the original Keybat follows Decade in, because Decade sees Kiva in the first episode, and Keybat follows Kiva, like, around. And so at that point, well, no, okay. Kiva had his powers when we first saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Kiva always had his powers from what we know, because Keybat was always with him. His father left it for him, Keybat the Third. And so I don't really understand how that would retcon anything, or how that's difficult, because, I mean, little Kiva was, I mean, it was something he was born with, because he's half whatever it is. What's the villains in that one? There's so many different villains, it's hard to remember all. But no, he inherited that from his father from birthright, and so his real dad, or actually no, his mom, that's right. He inherited it from his mom, because mom cucked his dad and had a boy with a human.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so there's nothing weird about that. But I remember Keybat following around Decade in the one episode, but I don't think that was the Kiva episode. And then there's Dark Kiva, who's already the right age on when he goes to the Dark World or whatever. But as far as Kiva goes, that one's weird.
Now here's the bigger question, the more serious question. So, explain Kuga in that movie without saying it's because they had to hire a new actor.
Well, yeah, that's not really a question. You're just telling me to lie.
So why isn't Joe Kuga?
How did they get Cameron Ryder Black to come back, the original actor, and not Kuga? I don't know.
How come they couldn't just CG him onto someone else's face?
Because they couldn't get back a whole bunch of actors, so why would they waste time and money trying to get them back when they could just easily replace them and say, oh, it's an alternate universe?
Because then you fuck too much with the fandom. And then you get everyone blames Decade.
Yeah, even though they should be blaming Deno.
I think they both should take proper blame. Just like those time-traveling Power Rangers. Which supposedly was a huge hit, even though most fans look back on it and say, oh, fuck, this sucks.
Why did we ever like this?
Why does Japan like time-traveling trains so much? Why does Japan like a bunch of years spending in a boat?
Hey man, don't kink shame, okay?
Before they finally land on land and then have really bad CG animation.
Who knows, man? If there's anybody who can do bad CGI on TV shows and get away with it, it's Japan, not America.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? Stranger Things was great. Remember?
No, Stranger Things is alright. Stranger Things will be not so alright in 5 to 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, you didn't even see the Beast that much. That's fine. That's fine. If we're talking about like, what was it? Was it Surface? I think was the TV show. Gosh.
Don't forget Terminator. The series.
Oh gosh, Sarah Connor Chronicles. Yeah. Oh gosh, don't even remember. That was the worst.
I had 100% forgotten about that series. Nothing.
No, but the worst CGI in any series was Surface. It was a NBC network show about a monster. This kid finds like this sea monster, like baby sea monster thing, and also it never got a season 2 and just ends on a cliffhanger. It has the worst CGI ever, and for some reason it has an 8 points. It has 39% on Metacritic, 7.2 on IMDb, and 8.7 on TV.com. It was the worst. It was full of useless drama. They hardly ever showed you the creature, and the CGI was just horrendous in most scenes. And oh my gosh, it was just. I think they used the puppet like twice. And it was just the worst, like... Oh, it was the worst. It was... Gosh. It was like porno-grade acting. With no payoff.
Well,
No pull whatsoever.
No. No. None of that.
Well, I mean, sometimes graphics can be forgiven if it's a good series. Like, my probably greatest example is Double. Double was a good enough series that I could ignore the fact that they're like using PlayStation graphics for some of the fights.
Oh, yeah, gosh.
But if you have a good enough series, you can just go, yeah, alright. Like, I mean, X-Aid's kind of using like early PlayStation 3 like graphics for some scenes. And then you're just like, whatever. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, it's hard to... Well, surprisingly, I mean, Drive had some really good graphics, even though, you know, they spent all their budget on that supercar they used for the...
Yeah. Or his first rider kick, that's also where a lot of budget went for the animation.
Oh, yeah, jeez, yeah, gosh. And then you never see that epicness again.
Yeah, never again do you see that one
Never
kick.
again.
Oh, that's alright. You should see Build's rider kick. I can almost guarantee you we'll never see that again.
I've seen it. I've seen clips of it on Facebook that people uploaded.
Yeah, so I mean, if we see that every episode, it's just like, wow, they're spending a lot of money there. Unless they just literally reuse that animation over and over.
Well, they gotta make sure the pilot's good so people will buy it.
Yeah. I'm not mining Build right now. It's pretty good. It's got, like I said, it's got goofiness to it, but it is kind of like Showa and Heisei both mixed together. So it's enjoyable.
So, is anybody planning to get the SNES Classic?
I am not planning. Well, wait, no, hang on. Hang on. Alright, wait a second. The only game on the SNES Classic that I am head over heels in love with is Secret of Mana.
Wait, no, wait, let me guess.
Go on.
Splatterhouse.
It's F-Zero.
Balls.
Mega Man 10.
Balls.
Donkey Kong Country.
Balls.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
It's actually Secret of Mana.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. And Secret of Mana is going to be remade next year by Square Enix. They're doing a proper ass remake of my favorite SNES game of all time. And
Not really, though.
you know they're doing a proper ass remake, man. You saw that trailer.
Yeah, I did.
I linked
It's horrible.
Now, I'm not saying it's going to be phenomenally good. I'm just saying it's going to be a proper-ass remake. They're putting in work. They're putting in effort. If you put in the work and put in the effort, then I will at least...
I guess Unity goes long way.
I will at least give you a chance. I will at least give you a chance. You
Let me check this out. Give me a second.
You can hum all you want, Mr. Silver. But I am, if nothing else, going to give the Secret of Mana remake a chance. So that's all that I'm really nuts about on the SNES Classic. So I don't really feel a big...
It's already come out, didn't
No,
it?
not yet. It's coming out next year, man.
What's wrong with his hands?
Well,
What?
I might be over whatever because I'm seeing it also on the Japan release. So it already released in Japan like a millennia ago.
We'll see. I
I
need to
w-
see more gameplay.
I was on the PSN just today, and I'm keeping up to date. Like Secret of Mana remake, what's going on with it? Coming out March 2018. I'm like, oh, okay, alrighty. I will keep up to date. Don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up.
So you mean you won't buy the SNES Classic just to play Yoshi's Island that already has like 6 free releases
now,
on every Nintendo console?
now, Josiah, I don't mean to shock you, but that's exactly what I'm saying.
Well, you see, I already have the SNES Classic.
Oh.
It's called emulator.
Yeah, it's right here.
It's called an actual SNES.
It's called piracy.
Hey, someone's got to support Lazy Town.
No, I don't give a fuck. Nah, I'm just waiting to see what this remake gives me, and I'm just crossing my fingers. Your boy Matt over here is just crossing his fingers.
Speaking about
Hopefully I'll get something
amazing,
Yeah, what's up, man?
speaking about amazing games, can we talk about Cuphead for a little bit? Has everybody been
Whoa.
getting in on that?
I have not even touched it yet.
Whoa.
I know that I would like to play it,
I've
but
pretty much seen all of it. I haven't played it.
I mean, for $20, it's a pretty big steal.
mhm.
I mean, if I had a platform, I guess.
If I had $20.
No, because I bought it for Xbox, and man, oh man, I've seen other people play it, and man, it's just the hardest thing about the game isn't that it's standard difficulty.
Mm.
It's that because you want to just watch everything, and then you get distracted, and then
Is it the alien hominid of Dark Souls?
yes, it's Felix the
Dark
Cat
Souls
meets
of
Dark Souls.
platformers. Yep.
It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit meets.
Yep. But we all know
Yeah.
now that Dark Souls is for pussies and Crash Trilogy is where it's at for difficulty.
Yes, because a control input lag equals difficulty.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I remember.
that's like,
Sorry, I remember all those dark spirits that invade Crash, while he's trying to run that level.
How many jokes about gaming journalism are we at now? Are we at 1 dozen? Are we at 2?
we're at the point where gaming journalism is a joke at this
Yeah.
point.
That's a fair assessment.
Let's players do a better job of games journalism than actual paid game journalists.
Mhm. As soon as
Yes.
Kotaku came out, that's when the joke started.
Now, I watched the boys at Super Mega play Cuphead before I bought it, and they were like, "Oh no, here's a tutorial," and then they both cleared it, and both of them were terrible at video games. They cleared it instantly, and I checked. I went back and I made sure there wasn't any cuts,
Yeah.
and they did. They cleared it first try, and one of them's all right at video games. The other one's just like god awful. He can't like talk and play video games, which makes it hilarious to watch him let's play. But no, I mean like I don't like the game journalists who did that had obviously never played any sort of like side-scrolling or platformer.
Jeez, I know.
Yeah. Like, it's I don't know. It's come to the point where I've just become like I like Dark Souls. don't get me wrong. I want to go back and beat Dark Souls 1 one day because I never got the chance to actually do that. But seeing it just get used as like this descriptor. Like, I'm just tired of Dark Souls of blank. Like, it's gotten bad enough that even like, I can't even look at that ironically and enjoy it because I don't know. I guess I'm just getting tired of it.
And you remember when Farmville was the Dark Souls of Facebook apps?
I do not. I'm sorry, Josiah, I'm really sorry, brother, but I cannot recall this for the life of me.
You may have been a little bit too young, boyo.
Mm-hmm.
For those of us who remember, we'll never forget it.
Oh no.
Yes.
Please
So,
no, fun.
How long are we going to predict before Games Done Quick kills the hype? Because no fun allowed for this game.
Yep.
Oh.
How long before the speed runs ruin the hype?
Oh, how long until like by that do you mean like speedruns like proper ones coming out in general, or like what?
Oh yeah, like, you know, as soon as Bloodborne came out, people started finding those glitches where you could like skip half the game. It's like, woohoo! You can skip half the content of the game. Congratulations. Where's the fun in that?
With how aggressive like gaming on YouTube is nowadays, and like how prevalent it is, I don't know, like I'll give it a month until we have like one proper ass speed run of Cuphead, and even then it's
I give it
probably
2
gonna be
weeks.
less than that. Yeah, 2 weeks. Fair enough.
It's not a long game. That's why it's $20.
Yep.
I thought it was like how many hours would you say?
I don't know for sure. I can search real quick and see.
2.
I want to say 2.
Because
It'd be at least 5 to 10 hours for a $20 game.
yeah, like I was assuming like, I don't know, maybe at least like Mario 3 level length. I was assuming that for whatever reason, but I could be totally wrong.
It's actually, I think it's a little bit less than
Less than Mario 3? Okay. Alright.
I believe.
Is it like
Yeah,
Luigi's?
there's no data on it yet, so
Oh, okay.
they haven't released the publisher hasn't released it, and nobody's gotten through it fast enough to know for sure.
I was gonna say, is it like Luigi's Mansion quick or Deadpool? The video game quick.
I'm gonna quickly check how long to beat. Maybe it'll give me
Mario
something.
3. Yeah, it's probably about. I would guess it's around Mario 3 without the warp pipes or the flutes. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cuphead. It's on the main page, and we've got nothing for it so far. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Super Mario Bros. 3. 5 hours.
Yeah, less than that.
That's the speedrun says half an hour
That sounds about correct.
for Mario 3. But, well, it says right here, okay, main story is 5 hours average on Super Mario 3. 6 hours is main plus... what extras are in Mario 3?
Maybe the GBA version or something.
No, this is the classic version. I'm not looking at the GBA version.
Then I can't think of anything, honestly.
That little, whatchamacallit? Casino-like thing.
Yeah, but...
Oh, okay, yeah.
that's like 20 seconds, man. Unless you're just an idiot and just sit there for hours. An extra hour.
It's got to be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't
Take
know
a
when
whole
the
10 minutes to decide what you want to pick from Toad's many boxes. This one could be the Tanuki leaf, but what if it's the mushroom?
Apparently, the one person who has the co-op, I don't know how this co-op on this, but Wait, there was co-op on this, wasn't there?
Yeah, Mario
What?
3 co-op.
Yeah. Apparently, there's only one person that polled for the co-op on how long to beat.com, and they said it was an average of 20 hours for them to do it with their co-op partner.
Amazing.
Yep. It's got to be a new record.
Well, I mean, let's look at Battletoads.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it looks like the average is 5 hours for the main story for Mario 3, and then it looks like it looks like Rushed, most people could do it in 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, well, let me tell you this. I beat Deadpool, the video game, in 4 hours. And 4 hours of gaming is not really satisfying.
No.
It's like you just popped in the game, loaded it up, and then, oops, I'm at the ending.
You are talking about Deadpool now.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, the game was pretty repetitive.
I've never played that game.
It was alright. They were saying it's one of the reasons why the whole Deadpool movie existed, because they actually had a thing where they were saying, depending on how well this video game sells, will determine if we decide to make a movie about Deadpool.
Come to think of it, that's also why Capcom refuses to give me another Darkstalkers game. that fucking frustrates me because Capcom released Darkstalkers Resurrection back in the good old 360 days. They were, and they didn't release this information at the time, but in hindsight, like, it makes perfect sense, and I can't really blame them. Just from a biased point of view, it kind of frustrates me because I love that fucking series.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, oh, Darkstalkers Resurrection sold like less than, I think, like 200K. So.
But you said Darkstalkers Resurrection, not Darkstalkers New Erection, right?
I did indeed say Resurrection.
Okay.
But not bad though.
My second favorite one.
No, it's like, it sold poorly, so thank you to all the fans who do like Darkstalkers and do love this obscure fighting game.
all 200K.
Oh, less, in fact. But since it didn't sell well, we're not gonna bother making Darkstalkers 4. And
Yeah,
I'm like, I guess I can't blame you, but also go fuck
Well,
yourselves.
do you really want the Capcom of now making a Darkstalkers game? Because it'll probably look like Play-Doh and not be good.
No,
I
Probably.
want Sonic Team to make the new Darkstalkers.
no, Sterling. This isn't KOF 14.
See, Matt, it'd probably look a lot.
Yeah.
It'd probably look a lot like Monster Hunter versus Marvel Infinite.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, that's fair. Now, to be fair, Jeddah from Darkstalkers in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is like one of the best looking parts of that game. So there's that, if nothing else. So hey,
Okay.
we got something. we got some tech. We got some tech somewhere.
Alright.
Yeah, I like Darkstalkers. That's the whole joke.
Yeah, but think about Bandai. Bandai was like, you guys want Cyber Sleuth? Then you better buy the shitty arena fighting game first. And then since it sold enough, they're finally like, here's Cyber Sleuth.
Oh.
And then depending on how much
Yeah.
Cyber Sleuth sells, we'll maybe come out with Next Order. If Next Order sells good enough, then we'll give you Cyber Sleuth 2. Like, that's just the way shit works.
Listen, Call of Duty fans, if you want Modern Warfare 1 Remaster, you need to buy Infinite Warfare.
That's right.
Oh.
If you would like Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Ultimate Edition, then you better buy the vanilla version first.
Oh. No.
And wait 4 years.
And don't forget, if you're buying a PS4, buy the bulky first one first instead of the better, more powerful one that comes out for the same price point in 3 years. It's slimmer.
Yes.
Well, I did it.
Yes.
Well, also we changed one of the pads on the joysticks on the controller, so it's a brand new controller now.
Yep.
Oh boy.
I recall hearing about that a couple friend casts ago, and now I want like a launch PS4 controller to compare to my current one, just to see like, hey, what kind of tech did they change up here? You know? Oh well.
And
I mean, it's not like
finally-
other companies completely changes their controllers every system. But yeah, you know.
And finally,
Yeah.
after all these years, Nintendo finally has, like, no region lock. Woohoo!
Josiah, you cut out for a second there.
No, it's fine. I wasn't saying anything important.
Okay.
So, you know, PS4 and Xbox One has had it, and the PS3 had it, right? Region?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So, you know, they had it, and then Nintendo was just like, But how do we force people to buy the Japanese 3DS?
Make it a special color.
That's right. Make a special Pikachu edition,
I was about to make that joke, but
or
there you go.
the cream edition for
or something that everybody in the U.S. would like, and you're not going to bring it over to us because you're price gouging.
yeah. Here is the new Berserk 3DS, only available for Japan.
You.
Oh.
Come get your Ultron Switch, only available in Japan. Cause fuck you, US.
Hey,
Yeah.
remember how we got that great port so you could use GameCube controllers on the Wii U, and then only sold like 1,000 of them?
I believe it.
Yeah, let's not do that ever for the Switch, and wait until the next console to do that again. Or even better, let's say we might make it compatible with the Switch, and then never talk about it again.
Oh boy.
You know,
Yeah.
you could have the Switch have a Sega Saturn controller available for it. Now you can play your Sega Saturn games on your Switch.
Now you can play Shining Force 3 on your Switch. A game that I want to play very, very much so. But maybe
Now
it's
we
a
can
chance
finally
to-
have Sagata Sensoro having more commercials.
Dude, between Sagata Senshiro and Shining Force 3, what I would fucking do for the fucking Saturn to somehow come back. That'd be a treat and a half, man.
Didn't Shining Force 3 already come out?
Yeah, but
Pretty sure.
yeah, but no, like Shining Force 3 did come out, but the problem is the first half of Shining Force 3 came out in the West, and part 1 and 2 of Shining Force 3 came out in the East. So we're here like, oh, yeah, okay, I guess we'll enjoy this half-finished. Thanks, Japan.
You will enjoy.
Yeah. I still need to play either half of that game, but the beginning and end of that whole joke is that I really like Shining Force, and that I want to play more Shining Force. But Japan won't let me.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
emulators.
I guess I could always go back to using emulators again if I wanted to.
Yes, I could definitely go back or start for the first time using emulators. That would make perfect sense.
It would. You're not wrong, but I don't know. I'm just gonna wait and see what happens. At the end of the day, I want to play more Shining Force, but there's also like a fucking plethora of other video games that are literally right beside me. So I look at them and I'm like, I'll wait and see what happens. I've got enough to keep me occupied.
Man, recently I got the honor to see that Hiroshi Fujika, the guy who plays Kamen Rider Ichigo and Sagata Senshiro.
Okay.
He's now doing commercials for cup noodles,
I'm glad.
Yes.
and he actually comes back as Sagata Senshiro in one of the commercials.
Mm.
So he's finally made it to the top.
Yes.
But it's just showing that he's still doing commercials, so it's like, okay, well, we can have the Sega Saturn #2 anytime soon. He's still going strong. He was born in 1946. How much longer does he have?
You want to make jokes about the Sega Saturn too, but while we're on the subject of mind-boggling console releases, has anyone seen the news about the Atari box?
I heard about it once many moons ago.
The Atari box is a thing. Aren't you guys
Trying to catch up with Nintendo again.
Aren't you guys excited for the Atari box? It's gonna be a good time.
I mean, I would be if
For all our Atari classics, like Classic Pong,
Space
Classic
Space
Tennis,
Invaders.
Classic Hockey,
Asteroids,
Oh boy,
Burger Time.
Burger Time,
Burger Time, yeah.
Pac-Man
Galaga.
for Atari Home System.
How long until the Odyssey Classic?
Atari word processor,
Atari Chess.
Atari Checkers, Atari Chinese Checkers. Oh man, I had an old beat up Atari system way back when.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
no,
It
like
was hockey, tennis,
yeah.
volleyball. We're all the same game.
Yes.
What about Indiana Jones? Did you have the Indiana Jones
No.
Atari 2600 game?
No,
Oh,
I was not a rich boy.
step up your Atari library, man.
Yeah.
I just can't wait until they have the Neo Geo box,
Oh,
in which it's $5,000 and has 5 classics on it,
Yes.
Finally,
this is true.
and all 5 games you've never heard of before.
Finally, I'm going to be able to play Metal Slug after all this time.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. I own Metal Slug 3 on fucking Steam. Why am I making that joke? It's stupid. I'll finally be able to play Samurai Showdown. There you go. There's
Dude,
a poll. for
Samurai
you.
Showdown's where it's at.
Samurai. I've heard good things.
Pretty
I'll
good.
finally be able to play.
I mean, I definitely didn't emulate it and play it as a child a million times.
Yes.
Nope.
I'll finally be able to
Nope.
play KOF as it was originally intended to be played on the Neo Geo.
Oh man, Sterling, who was your main on Samurai Showdown?
I forget the name, but it's the guy with the red hair, and he like slashes cardboard stuff every time he slashes down his sword. It's like pretty much the kin to the Ryu.
Oh yeah,
of,
the main guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here, I'm trying to look him up again because it's been a while since I played. Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it's Haomaru.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yes.
Yeah, because I always mained as Ukyo, the guy with the he had the EI.
Oh yes. Uh huh.
Yeah, they used the I slash, and then my secondary was always Tam Tam.
All right. Yeah.
Dude, Tam Tam was the best.
Okay.
He's the Aztec guy.
Oh.
All this time.
I thought you said Cham.
No, not Cham Cham. It's Tam Tam.
Come
Well,
on.
I'm not the
a
weird
different-
lion
that-
girl with the boomerang. I'm
on,
the guy with the
Sterling,
Aztec guy with a huge chest who blows fire and has the curved sword.
Yeah. Okay.
Tam Tam is way less goofy. Come on, get the name right.
Yeah, Tim Tam.
Tim Tam.
Yeah.
There was an actual member of the Shinsengumi in a Samurai Showdown, from what I can recall.
What's that?
The secret police during the Bakumatsu period. They were really good at killing rebels against the government. And they wore all blue, and they were badasses.
Oh,
Like
I guess.
like Saito from Rurouni Kenshin. The
Yes.
captain of the 3rd Division of the
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I was a big fan of Saito back when I was reading through Rurouni Kenshin.
Samurai Showdown gets a little bit weird after like the 4th installment.
Yeah, it gets really weird, especially when you start getting the yokai in there.
Yeah.
What
While
are we
we're on
gonna
the
do?
subject of Neo Geo, I actually recently found a phone game. So far it's only in Japan. There might be a slight chance we're getting it over here. It's kind of a cross between My Hero Academia and Neo Geo characters. Anyways, it's an SNK game. It's not really a fighting game, but there's kind of fighting mechanics. It's more of a clicker, but the point being, like the main premise is you have students at a school who transform into superheroes, but they live in the world of SNK, I guess. And so recently there was an update to it where they added King of Fighter characters. So I had the honor of having Mai Shiranui now on my team. And
That's a hell of an
Iori.
honor.
Alright.
That's a hell of an honor, brother.
But
And
no
not
Terry
Andy.
Bogard. No, there's no Andy, there's no Terry.
Get out of my
Andy.
face.
Oh, if there was no Andy, why is there this name on the bottom of my foot?
There's no geese.
Okay, that's racist.
But they're probably gonna add more characters. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if like Samurai Showdown characters showed up and all the other Neo Geo and SNK stuff starts showing up in that game. It's pretty new, so that's why I'm not giving up on it. But when I saw that I couldn't get Terry Bogard and I could get Terry Bogard in Brave Frontier, I was like, what the hell? So like,
Brave Frontier.
it's another phone game that's pretty amazing. Right now, if you play Brave Frontier, you can have the honor and the privilege to have Natsu from Fairy Tail to join your team. Once upon a time, you could have Hatsune Miku join your team.
Yeah, but why would you want a book joining your team?
What a fucking
Yeah.
what a downgrade.
Oh,
man.
spoilers. Whoops.
Whoa.
So they normally have just a bunch of crossovers. Brave Frontier does, and that is in English. So I didn't get a Fairy Tail character. Oh no, what a shame. When I got a special character, I got a much cooler one instead. And yeah, I was a little upset that I could have Terry Bogard in that game, but I can't have it in an actual SNK game. Like, what the hell? That's like Marvel versus
the times
Capcom
they're
picking their
changing,
friggin' roster. Set up a poster and say, alright, wherever the dart lands, that's the character's going in.
Oh boy, going in raw.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, unless it's Monster Hunter, because, they have to promote that now all over the place. It's
now
like...
it's successful.
Well,
You
yeah.
can never stop promoting Monster Hunter.
Yeah, well, I mean, Skyrim Monster Hunter mods coming soon. Todd Howard is now in charge of the promotion of Monster Hunter.
I just can't wait until they run out of stuff to promote and they start promoting the old games.
Yeah.
Back in the PS2.
Oblivion is now on the PS5.
Hey, is there a new Elder Scrolls game coming out?
There's Morrowind Online. That's the newest thing that I know of.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, not the
I
online.
felt like there was another one.
Yeah,
that was
I
a
knew the
single
next one
player
was
one.
series. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like it was at least announced.
I feel like it was leaked or something.
I feel like it was leaky.
You can now
Leaky
get
faucet.
the original Elder Scrolls on your 3DS.
Wait, really?
Wait, there's an original?
Arena, yeah. Elder Scrolls Arena.
But on the 3DS though.
Oh, Morrowind. You can now get Morrowind on the 3DS. Enjoy this classic with the 3D on.
I was about to say, like, wasn't the original, like, Elder Scrolls games, like, weren't those, like, text adventures?
No?
They weren't? Am I thinking about
No.
another series?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that the first one was like a Doom game kind of thing.
Okay, yeah, it was. I was thinking about something else. Yeah, the Elder Scroll. Yeah, Arena. That's right. Arena, Daggerfall, Battlespire, Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim.
You thought it couldn't be done. You thought we couldn't go any far back. But here it is. On your Atari 2600, Skyrim. Thanks, Todd Howard.
Oh yeah, they did that collectible card game, Elder Scrolls Legends.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so amazing. That's why you still hear about it.
Yeah.
Of course.
The
It was
new
released in
Yu-Gi-Oh!
March.
Todd
I
Howard.
like how they announced the card game in 2015. It took them to 2017 to release it.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever be the new Yu-Gi-Oh! It has spawned the freshest memes and
Dude.
and the greatest character designs, which will never be surpassed.
I'm sorry, but Duelist Kingdom rules only. Thank you.
Listen,
I'm a connoisseur of good taste.
listen. If you're not a Battle City boy, then get the fuck out of my face, all right?
Battle City's fine.
Final Destination, Fox only, Yugi boy.
That's great.
Ugh.
Yep. That's an
It's
anime.
been a week.
That's an anime.
I use the 1000 wave dash restrict. Now it's time for the Wombo Combo, Yugi boy.
That ain't.
Is this Pegasus?
That ain't Falco.
Yes.
That ain't Falco. Oh! Whoa! Whoa! Where you at?
No way, you. That ain't Falco.
Is it bad that I still remember the song where Joey and Yugi had to duel each other in the Duelist Kingdom?
No, but I'd forgotten.
It was the first moment I remember crying as a young man.
Oh.
No, but I had forgotten that until you had just mentioned it now. So thank you.
Even though they duel a million times in the series again, it does. This time is very.
Yeah.
Even though Yugi's gonna give Joey the money
Yeah.
to help his sister so that
Wait.
she can overcome her blindness and not marry Tristan.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cried when Kaiba crunched up the white blue eyes dragon in front of the grandfather.
I cried
That's
when
when
Kaiba
I
stabbed
cried.
him after the duel. And he said that the weak should fear the strong and stabbed him.
Yeah. You may have won the battle, Yugi, but I won the war.
Oh, I cried when Kaiba threatened to kill himself if you did throw a fucking match of card games against him. Because I'm like, oh
how are digital representations gonna have any sort of shock force and make him fall? Like,
Yeah.
no. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
All of these fucking months upon months of reading the Duelist manga in high school. it all feels so fresh and so surreal. Like,
Yes. Well,
Except for the
try
first season.
try
Never read the
reading
first season.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
Season
No, dude.
0
I-
and the voices, the dub voices.
I read as much of a Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0 as our library had.
No, but the first arc wasn't released here because it has Yami killing a whole bunch of guys playing a lot of random games and
Yeah.
gambling as a young man.
Yeah.
No, we had the manga for that.
Which was great.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right. You're in Canada. Gosh,
we are in
Hmm.
I keep
Canada.
forgetting.
Good old Canada land, where child murder is smiled upon.
Oh boy.
And don't forget about dog blowjobs.
Dog blowjobs. You've actually lost me with that. Can you please explain that one?
In a circuit court
Okay.
in Canada, a judge ruled that during some trial for some case on sexual misconduct, and apparently a guy made a dog blow him, and those charges were dropped, saying that it wasn't illegal in Canada. And so then it set the legal precedence that you can now have free dog blowjobs in Canada.
Yeah. While you were explaining this, I just Googled, and I can quote this word for word: dog blowjobs in Canada, and the very first thing that comes up is indeed Canada makes it legal for humans to give blowjobs to pet animals. So you know, the times are stepping up. You know, we're changing as a
Thanks,
species.
Trudeau.
You
And I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't know how to feel about it.
We don't get too political in here, but I mean, you voted in Trudeau so that he could legalize marijuana, and all he did was give you free dog blowjobs.
Trudeau, more like
Now-
more
True
like,
that.
no, more like true don't legalize dog blowjobs.
Dog blowjobs.
Listen,
Now about them
Although
pigs.
this might help out the legal case that's currently being filed against horseporn.com.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh.
If anyone has any jokes about dog blowjobs, then get them out now, because we're probably not coming back to this ever again.
well, I mean,
Yes,
listen, Canada's just becoming a Ren and Stimpy cartoon.
Oh.
Yes, if you do have any jokes about dog blowjobs, please send them to us at SAF Podpeople at gmail.com. That name again is SAF Pod, as in podcast people, at gmail.com.
Yes.
We will answer every single one of your dog blowjob questions on podcast.
We'll get back to you as quickly as JonTron releases the next video.
About an infomercial.
I still need to watch that, but like the thumbnail by itself was so good that I'm like just chomping at the bit, just waiting for this.
Oh, it's
You're
pretty
saving
great.
it.
I bet he's found something good. I bet it's
He went above and beyond.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Like, dude spent a whole bunch of money on this.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Like, there are some things I'm like, oh, okay, he's doing that. Oh, wow, he's going that far. Oh, okay. Like, he went a little bit further than most people making fun of infomercials would go.
Yeah.
But it's great JonTron style, so you know,
Yeah.
it's good old JonTron, Daddy JonTron,
That's right.
Daddy John. That's our good
John.
old Daddy John.
John Dad John.
John, the dad of
Ja Rule.
John dads. Ja Rule. John Rule.
John Daddy Jabroni John.
I don't know where to take the joke from here. Ooh. Good times. What's so I guess like
It's the first day of spook time.
it's the
It
first
is.
day of spook
Yes.
time,
Time to get your skeletons out of your closet.
but mine's already inside of me.
Start wrapping up those skeletons, boys. Cause I'm hungry.
Vroom vroom, says the skeleton, shaking away inside of me.
Oh man, it's yeah. So my
And the
neighbors
flesh
have a
makers.
big, scary Enderman or a Slenderman type looking guy, a blow up
Enderman.
inflatable, And they also have a very toxic green spider that doesn't look frightening at all.
Slenderman in 2017, very topical. Oh, I like it. That's good.
They're still working on a 2014 Slenderman case with those girls who killed those people.
Oh,
Well, okay.
that's what we need.
Yep. Justice is being served once they catch Slenderman. Because he's the one who really did it. It wasn't those two girls who had their DNA all over the murder weapons.
No.
And blood all over their clothes that wasn't their own.
Actually, honest question. Other than Resident Evil 7, what other horror games have even come out that people could like play on YouTube?
Darkstalkers Resurrection.
Yeah.
I mean, like the
Evil Within is gonna come out this month. Number 2.
I thought that was out a while ago.
is Insidious 2 already out?
Insidious 2? What you talking about, boy?
No, not Insidious 2. Gosh, what is it? It's such an O.
Outlast 2.
Yeah, Outlast 2. Is that already out?
Yeah, that one
Yep.
came out eons ago, man.
Okay, let me look at what an eon is first.
That's
Oh,
not
it came out in April, okay? It came out this year. I'm not even that wrong.
You would think by October they would have had something.
Yeah, let's see. Horror games coming out in October.
I mean, sure, there's like this scary sales write-up of Battleborn, but you know that's been a couple years ago. Or it just keeps decreasing.
Well, why did all these come out in spring? I don't understand.
That's a haunted house right there. There's so
sometimes
the game's so dead.
Oh yeah, Hello Neighbor is finally done and polished.
Oh yeah.
good.
Wait, what?
Fucking good. I've been
Wow.
waiting for that. That game looks really cool.
So, I'm just guessing what we might see. Probably not tonight. Like I know we'll begin a shitstorm of scariness tonight, but
Yep.
Yeah.
just in general, what games they would be playing.
What games are we going to be playing?
They're gonna be playing.
Oh.
Plus, we don't even know if it's going to be one of those a different game every night or like a full LP of 4 different games or something.
There's gonna be something Cthulhu-esque.
You don't
in the works,
say.
I bet.
Speaking of Cthulhu.
Oh, hey, there is one horror game that came out. In fact, it's a remake. It
What?
just recently came out in August, and it's the Return of Night Trap.
Wow.
That,
Everybody's favorite game.
not bad, Josiah, not bad.
Are we all forgetting about Friday the 13th?
Yes, we are, because that's old news now.
It is old news. Everybody and a dog's played it already.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of Cthulhu, though, just last night I went to a
Cthulhu.
I went to a slightly Lovecraftian themed escape game, and that was a lot of fun. It was called
The heck are these games?
Where Dark Things Dwell, and you and some buddies, like you form a group of 6 people total, and then you go through like an actual, like a park, like an actual campsite where like all the props are taken care of. Like you've got a bunch of actors ready to like set up and like put together like a really cool game for you. And you go through the park. You like it's all fenced off from the rest of the public, and you solve straight up like puzzles with your friends. And by the end of it, the first team to complete all the puzzles and like follow all the clues that the actors give you, and they get to the end of the game, are the ones who have the honor of uncovering the cult leader and bringing them to justice.
Dagon? Did you find Dagon?
No, the
Dagobah?
main antagonist's name was Sam.
That's disappointing.
Sam Raimi?
Not quite. Oh,
That's not Cholulu. That's just Sam Raimi in a mask.
your desecration of Marvel properties will come to an end. No, but it was a really good time. If anyone wants to try an escape game, then I would recommend giving it a shake. Unless you don't want to get spooked.
And then,
Hey,
much
Matt,
like a
we're not-
creepypasta, you died in the end.
Yeah.
If you die in the escape room, you die in real life.
Yeah.
And only your friend found this entire book of your creepypasta. And
No, good thing you
decided-
recorded everything, but it only got the audio.
Yeah.
There you go.
But
Oh,
first
but
you have to have a bunch of spelling errors and...
Yeah.
He hacked your phone and got the audio from it.
You gotta put your dead girlfriend in there too.
Yeah. Decapitated Mario heads. Your creepy uncle who works for
Well, you know what they
Nintendo.
say: a man always has two girlfriends. One that's alive, one's dead.
Don't forget your Squidward that's bleeding out the eyes.
Yeah.
Don't forget the myriad of SCPs.
Don't forget.
Mhm.
Don't forget all your creepypasta shit. It's very-
Then suddenly the game turned off and the Tails doll killed you while you were asleep.
Yep. You turned around and the Tails doll was on your bed the whole time. It was also bleeding from the eyes, like Squidward.
Yeah. I was watching this episode of Sonic Boom when all of a sudden Sonic's eyes started to bleed out.
That's just Sonic Boom.
I was
Yeah.
I was playing Sonic Mania, and I went back. I can't follow up on like on that joke. Actually, that's pretty good. That's just Sonic Boom. That's good.
Oh, that's right. When I come and see you guys, hopefully, if my Hulu subscription still works in backwards Canada, I could show you guys Sonic Boom.
I wouldn't mind
Oh
seeing
my
Sonic
god.
Boom.
We can watch a couple of episodes.
That sounds good.
Sonic Boom is fantastic.
We should do a.
There's one thing that I cannot forgive about Sonic Boom, and that's that they didn't use the theme song from the video game, even though they were given all the assets.
Yep. Sonic Boom.
Wow.
Sonic Boom. Sonic. Save the planet from disaster. I don't know the rest of the song. We should do a live Let's Watch of Sonic Boom.
Is there any other way to do a Let's
Ooh.
Watch besides live?
I, for one, would be
Yeah.
overjoyed to sharing this experience with you.
But, I mean, then I'll die on camera.
Do we die on camera after we watch Sonic Boom?
Well, I mean...
It is a creepypasta after all.
Our lives are creepypastas.
But I mean, just
Right.
Sonic in general now
I'm
kills
bleeding
me.
from the eyes right now.
Oh no.
Do you remember in the Sonic comics when Bass from Mega Man kicked Sonic's butt?
Yeah, the Sonic Cross Mega Man comic.
Yeah.
That
And his name is definitely Bass, not Bass.
Yeah.
I didn't want to correct you.
I remember when Pharaoh Man kicked,
Punched
Mega Man's ass.
Mega Man in the face. Yeah. Hey, I got your power now. Just
yeah,
fucking
exactly. Now I've
fucking
got your power.
right hook, right hook to the face. What a great character, Pharaoh Man.
Oh, and then there's also the famous line from Proto Man. I knew you'd protect Mr. Lincoln. Because he was going to shoot the Lincoln Memorial.
Because he went back in time and he was the one who killed Lincoln.
Yep.
I knew you would be here, who is protecting the president who signed the Emancipation Proclamation.
Oh man, I want like I want like a Mega Man cartoon to like go back to the assassination of JFK, and then John Wilkes Booth just turns around and it's just Proto Man.
No, because then they could be
You're
like,
You're mixing up presidents here, Matt. Pretty bad.
no, but then they could be like, oh no,
Oh,
it's
fuck, no
Zero. He was controlled by Sigma to assassinate the president.
Oh god, I don't know American politics. I'm
I would
sorry.
say it's history at this point, but
I don't know American history. I apologize.
Then we can get that wonderful Zero line again. What am I fighting for?
What am I assassinating the president for? Yep.
Yes.
That's fiction. That's why Mega Man was created.
so head on down to our website fanfic.net and give
Yeah.
us your best fan fiction story.
I will direct you to the fanfic that I wrote. No, I won't, because I don't want that being leaked.
Much
It's
like the
terrible.
writer of Harry Potter, we will go through your countless fan fictions.
While stroking our egos and ourselves.
We'll pick the best ones, and then
And then tell you good job and steal your ideas for our next Harry Potter film.
Yeah.
that's correct.
And then make a play out of it too.
For some reason.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't Broadway struggling as it is?
Mhm.
That Spider-Man musical, though. They still do that? I don't know. I know they poked fun on that on the Venture Brothers.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So, for those who don't know, in less than 2 weeks, I am going to Canada.
Josiah is going to Canada.
I'm sorry.
To
I'm going to brave the wilds of British Columbia. And jump from branch to branch with my best gal by my side, and I'll sing, sing, sing.
Your life is gonna be, what's that musical called? I've got nothing. I'm sorry about that.
the Great Canadian Yaxman.
Yeah, let's go with that. That's better than what I was gonna think of.
Just watch out for our very mythical creature here, the moose.
The moose. I have heard legends of this moose.
Is the moose on the loose?
Yeah.
Oof,
He's just eating nuts in a room.
Yeah.
Pushing for legislation so people can blow him.
Unfortunately, there's nobody but losers here in Canada, so Josiah's got no one cool to meet up with. Sad emoji.
Oh, speaking of moose, do you guys have moose drool up there? The beer moose drool?
Moose drool.
Yeah.
I don't even know about this.
I'm gonna educate you good in a few nights.
You're going to educate me on the proud history of the moose, and I'm going to be really confused that an American.
I'm
is
gonna say
doing
the
this.
proud history of alcohol in general, but
On that note, you probably could educate me, so that's fair, I suppose.
stop backing down when I challenge you, Matt. It's not cool.
Yeah, but,
Are there?
but I've already run out of steam. On on a most podcasts, I would be shouting at people, as is my thing to do. Raise my voice when I don't need to. But right now, I'm like, I gotta go to work in 10 minutes. I'm burnt.
Oh, okay. Well, we better wrap this up then.
Yep. Okay.
That's life.
Who wants to do the honors?
Well.
I'm breaking formula. Going off the path.
Yes, you are.
You know
I
what?
just burned myself.
You know what?
I just burned my social security card.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna reclaim
Okay.
my lost honor from
Do it.
being
Do
just
it.
a sad slug of a man this whole
Do it.
podcast.
Make it quick.
Let's
It's
fucking
quick, just like
do it.
just like the
Fucking
show.
get it done.
Do it.
What do we say, folks? Don't.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Meh.
Peace.